with Perry County Bee Company. It's a beautiful sunny day in Landisburg, Pennsylvania. It's February 10th, day after the Super Bowl. I think it's February 10th. We're going to do some real quick hive checks, just basically opening the lid and making sure there's still fondant on them, and they're still, I'm not even going to check for life. I'm just going to check the fondant blocks. All right, let's check this first one. I think it was dead. Not 100% sure. I think it might be a dead out. There's no signs of life in there. You can hear them down in there. They're eating the fondant, and there's plenty left. So we leave them alone. Take a look at this nuke. Signs of life, and they have plenty of fondant. This one's been dead for a while. Time for another nuke here. This nuke is alive, and they're doing pretty well on their fondant. The mesh on some of my feeding shims is just a bit too large. They can get out through. I'll be rebuilding those before next winter. Get a good cluster in here. And they have plenty of fondant. This was a swarm I caught this past summer. Plenty of fondant left. Plenty of food. This nuke was my sort of my do-it-all nuke last year. I used this for queen rearing. It was my cell starter, and I put them into an observation hive, and they won the blue ribbon at the Juniata County Fair. They're still well alive. A good bit of fondant. Close them back up. That one's good. I don't even think they've come up to eat their fondant yet. But it's a nice heavy colony, and I can hear them down in there, so get out. I am pretty sure this nuke is dead. No signs of life. This one's been eating fondant. I don't know if they don't have enough stores. But they are really into the fondant. That patty on from the dead nuke as insurance. Back over here. Let's see. They were up in the fondant, but it was just too small of a cluster to survive that last really cold snap. This nuke's still alive, and they have food. We'll get back out of there. And lastly is the one polystyrene I have in this yard. I don't even think they're in their fondant yet. They're over in that front corner. That's a heavy hive. Wow. All right, total deadouts for the year for this yard so far. 2 nukes and 2 full size, 2 10 frames. The 1 10 frame's been out, and the 1 nuke have been pretty much dead since November, I think. And the other 10 frame was just after Christmas, and this nuke right here was just in the last week or 2. So all in all, pretty good for the year, I think. Go check the other 2 yards. Hopefully get that done this week with the weather warming up. All right, we're gonna take a look at this out yard. I haven't been out here since right after Christmas. Got a lot of dead bees on the ground. Ooh, this geotex feels a little slippery underneath. Have to be careful where I walk. Bees are all up on the top. Doesn't look like they're eating a lot of fondant though. Okay, let's look in the polyhive. I have one polyhive in this yard as well. Oh. They're not getting robbed. There's a lot of bees up there. That concerns me because you usually only see the robbers flying out of the top like that when it's open. But they were eating fondant, so that is a good sign. This one's up top as well, big cluster. I adjusted the position of that fondant a little bit. I wasn't sure if they could get into it. I sort of tipped it on side, moved it up a little bit. That one's way up as well. I just realized I forgot my double screen board if this one was alive. I was going to put on double screen board on top of this one. Oh man, there's still bees in there. This little colony struggled all year long, and there are still bees alive in there. I am impressed. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Looks like they've been eating in here. I'm going to give them another pack of fondant up towards the front. And cut them a little bigger hole in it as well. Plastic. I wrap these in saran wrap before vacuum sealing them. The saran wrap's kind of a pain to deal with though. Only use parchment paper next year. I think that's probably okay in here. They still have a couple frames of honey down in there. I think they just like the fondant, so I put another pack on for them. Another big group up at the top. Oh, that's not good. Dead bees up in the fondant. But we have live bees down on the fondant. So that is good. If those few got stuck up there when it got cold and froze. Leave a little more space so they can get through that. They can eat through that parchment paper. That shouldn't be a problem for them. A little concerning, there's a lot of bees outside this one dead on the ground. These are double fours. There's 4 over 4 over 4 in each half. So they do have a shared wall. So there's a cluster in both boxes. They're down. They're not up to the fondant yet. All right, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 for 10 in this yard. Wow, that makes me happy. Worst part about today's visit is I have to carry my bucket of fondant back to the main road where I had to park my truck at and walk into this yard. And I'll take that problem any day over dead colonies. All right, this is our last late winter hive check. We're out at the last out yard. Got a couple of overwinter nukes here to check out. Well, hopefully they're still alive. Let's go. Well, I guess the solar charger is not working very well since the solar panel is buried under snow. Good thing the bears are hibernating. Let's take a look out front. We have a couple dead bees out here, not too many, so a little concerning. A little chillier today, so it can be a quick pop the top, take a look, close it back up. Bees up in the fondant. Unfortunately, that one's a dead out. Still alive in there? We have bees alive in here. Yeah, cut them another hole and see if they use it. All right, we're 3 out of 4 on this one. We're doing pretty good this year so far. Very happy with the results. Now we'll leave them alone for 2 or 3 weeks, probably put some pollen patties in, see how things go from there.